stage now.
Thank you for the wish. Hello everyone. Very nice to have you here. This very friendly atmosphere, and well, I am presenting my research, a little bit of my research about climate change and how the private sector is helping to tackle the climate crisis. My host institution is the Gießen University, and I'm based in Frankfurt am Main. Well, talking why I am here talking about climate change. I'm an advertiser. I would be in the dark side of the force about sustainability, but in one experience in Europe, my journey changed. I discovered how to use the communication to spread the word about sustainability. And since then, I'm working with social projects, entrepreneurship, innovation, big companies, social responsibility, corporations, UN Global Compact. So helping business to do the right thing, to not only make profit, earn money, but also to help us to solve the biggest problem of society. Yeah, so I'm here researching about climate governance, how the business are managing to make profit and also leading with the climate change, this threat that is facing the society. Yeah. And how everything began with the human impacts, with the industrial revolution. In the beginning, it was a good idea, and until today we are facing and living with the products of the industrial revolution. So some of them are very good, but the other one are very bad. So with the industrial revolution, we had, for example, industrial production, developing of transport, but also we had consumerism that is has two sides, right? The globalization, the famous one, but also we had water pollution, air pollution, urbanization, and yeah, that's it. And you might remember that in the beginning we were calling what now we are calling climate crisis as global warming, the green effect. Greenhouse effects. And then we realized that it was more crucial, more important than that, and we changed it to climate change. Something's happening, right? Something is moving. We are starting to see the transformation in the ecosystem, in the environmental. And now, to highlight the importance to talk about this crisis, we are talking about climate crisis, to alert people, to spread the word, to make it more urgent. And what have changed? This happened. I brought here image of the changing of temperature in Bonn, where we are right now, since 1881. And we can see that, for example, it's working now. The blue stripes are showing low temperatures, right? More cooler in the city. And the orangish, yellowish, and red, and the almost dark red stripes showing how we are facing high temperatures. The new cohort arrived in Bonn is living these 2-3 months, experiencing very variation of temperature. But our cohort, for example, we are going to IFS with shorts, right? So from one year to another, we can see completely different and changing the temperature of Bonn. And this is also stamped here, right? Designed here. So this is a design graphic that you can also make it from your city or where you are from or where you are going to live here in Germany. And to show to the world, also the French television are using this to spread the word about the climate change and the high temperature that we are facing. Yeah, and more than that, we are also seeing Durga just talked about the flood in India and also in Germany in 2021. And but we had in Greece right now who are planning to go to Greece to enjoy the summer this year, or even in the US and Canadian, in the area where a lot of us will gonna live in Hessen, Frankfurt. We just had a storm there 3 weeks ago, right? So the symptoms, the effects of the climate crisis are everywhere, not only in the South Globe, but also in the North Globe. And why I'm here? Working with business, we understand that more than in the world we are living, we understand that more than make profit, we also need to take care of the planet and the people. So, what is the role of business in the climate crisis? What they can do for that? How they can use the money and the inequalities, right? The billionaires can help us to survive more years. That is the slogan of the 2030 agenda, right? How to guarantee the necessities of the actual generation without prejudicing the next generations. So, one study of the Climate Accountability Institute from 2017, but is still very updated, showed that just 100 companies are responsible for 71% of global emissions. So probably are the fossil fuels companies responsible for the big emissions of CO2. And what they can do to try to reduce, neutralize the emissions. Here is a graphic. I broke it in 3 parts to show the top 20 companies and more responsible for the emissions, the global ones. So we can see here how to read the graphic. So first one, you're gonna have the numbers, and then the company, and then the meter of tons of CO2 they emit. Here we can see some names, probably you know a few of them. And 60% of them are from the state. So we also are talking about policies to handle it. And we also can see a lot of agreements, conference about the climate change, climate crisis. I brought here some of them. There is the Net Zero 2030 agreement for business of the B-led movement around the world. Only 2,000 companies of this movement agreed with the net zero. There is also the climate neutral initiative, the SME climate hub, the science-based target. There is the UN initiative to plan how the companies can reduce the emissions. There is the climate pledge, according with the Paris 10 years early, trying to be very ambitious to get this goal, and also the agenda 2030. So we know how to do that. We have the tools, but we are lacking public policies and ambitions. In 2021, our currently Chancellor launched the initiative called the International Climate Hub. Initially with the G7, calling all the G7 countries, but also inviting the other countries to be ambitious, to be bold, and to be cooperative. Germany has a very intense strategy to be neutral until 2050, according with the Paris Agreement, but also to reduce until up 70% of its emission until 2030, according with the agenda, if it's not failed. And our Chancellor said when he launched the idea of the International Climate Club, that with the Climate Club and the socially just transition of our industry towards climate neutrality, we are making an important contribution to achieving global climate targets. But we are seeing, I was here in Bonn in May during the pre-UN climate conference, the biggest one, and we are gonna have one in the end of the year in Saudi Arabia, also very paradigmal. But we are only discussing, as our famous activist, climate activist Greta, he said, we are always talking about bullshit, blah, 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 but no action. And this is what we are seeing and what I am seeing in Brazil or even in Germany regarding also the government and the business. We are talking, we are signing agreements, we are participating, attending conference, but we are still facing the effects of the climate crisis. So regarding Germany as a very referential country in sustainability, how to separate the trash, the Deutschland ticket, right, that helped us to save a lot of emissions last summer, and it's continue to helping us to reduce the emissions in Germany. But also we are living in Germany where we have Volkswagen, BMW, and there is a lot of fights between these industries and the government. So just stop to reflect about that. Germany could be beyond of the Deutschland ticket and the other policies they have made, but we are still Germany now is facing an energy crisis, gas crisis too, so is having to lead with these two problems and these two ambitions. And here are some of the solutions that Germany, the business, are trying to fight the climate change. Renewable energy investments, a lot, tons and tons, billions and billions of euros. They are trying to put the industries and the policies, the states, together in collaborative initiatives. They are also spreading the word to the employees, engaging them in the calls, talking about how to, if they have to go to a place that they can go by train, or is less than 6 hours, they incentivize them to take a train, not a plane, for example. Green transportation, electrifying the cars and the autos. Also, energy efficiency. When in Bonn last summer, we could see some billboards saying to reduce the temperature of your shower. Here in Germany, I don't know if you can see very close by IFS still. They are also setting carbon neutrality goals. I interviewed DHL, and they, beyond the green, Go Green initiative they are also thinking about how they can build more greener buildings, because they have stocks around the world, for example. So they are focused on that initiative because they think it's the most carbon print they have. Also sustainable packaging. We are in Germany, we cannot go to a supermarket, or if you go, we have to pay for it. So it's also a way to teach the society. We are also talking about circular economy, how to never end the cycle of the product, right? When we are producing more, but we are also not trashing it whenever we want. Also talking about recycling, upcycling the product we are consuming. Investing in innovation and research, and also talking about climate crisis, how to reduce the emission, neutralize to the stakeholders, with the supply chain. And if not us, who? If not now, when? So this is the message that I would like to leave with us, because we are in the depth of the action. Thank you.